Hi, today is Sunday the 15th and this is the SPX Outlook. I do record an Outlook when I find the time, and I may actually find more time in the next few weeks because I am not going to do any recap on the trades. I'm going to have a short word on that later on. But as you can see, back to SPX Outlook, the market has been a little bit crazy, high volatility, and this is what we have on the 4-hour chart. Downward channel is overall still respected. There was a bit of a flush here to 38.50 and a strong recovery on Friday. That's all the way to this level. Let's probably look at the 1-hour chart. Not that I recommend going back to lower time frames when things are uncertain, but we have a general picture on the 4-hour chart, but we have actually a better picture here on the 1 hour. Here we see that we have the pivot level on 40.60, which was tested once, twice, and maybe a third time. So when the market dropped to this level, it was actually a little bit excessive, and it is probably due to correlations between the major equity indices. So 38.50 was a bit of a flush. 39.10 is, or 39.05 is actually the support to watch right now. And this is a resistance 40.55, 40.60. Now, as I said, to explain this flush, we have to look at maybe the Dow Jones. Dow Jones hit its stronger resistance here and it bounced from there. Also, maybe a stronger correlation comes from the USD 100, so basically Nasdaq 100, where it actually also dipped below the 11,800 strong support, and it could have gone all the way down to this one, which is definitely a stronger support to watch. So considering that we still here as well on the Nasdaq in a downward channel, and we look at a potential resistance here, or maybe the pivot of 12,500, so maybe it will stall here and go back into the channel, go down. Something I sometimes look at during the weekend is, because there's actually a pretty strong correlation, is the Bitcoin. I'm not a big Bitcoin fan, but as you can see, it's been down here. There was a flash. I could see the strong resistance here, previously pivot. So I would suspect the market will drift down again. Not a major down move over the weekend unless it falls by tonight or tomorrow morning, but I would say the Nasdaq will probably open lower. There's no correlation over the weekend, maybe not on a Saturday, but generally during the week correlation is pretty strong. So if the Bitcoin falls, we'll have a down day tomorrow on the Nasdaq, and that would not surprise me whatsoever. So this is a good stall level, good resistance, so the market may actually go back in a down move. So going back to SPX, I would also suspect maybe a last move up to try and get to the pivot, but we can see on Friday it didn't even get there. But of course, after such a good bull run from 38.50 to almost 40.50, that was probably enough for a day. So I would say market should at least stall, if not go down, drifting down. I would say bearish congestion at first. Something that we have a look at when we do SPX Outlook is, because of the change in the monetary policy, higher rates and probably tightening on the quantitative easing, also look at this. And of course, there was a bit of a reprieve, but we're still in this channel. Not as clearly as before. For days or maybe even weeks, we were in this channel, but I would say the market will probably ask for higher rates still. Another thing that a lot of institutions look at is the 2-year, 10-year spread, and there was some down move. And we can see here that the market, when PPI and CPI came, it was looking bad, but there's some willingness to go higher, and I would say here this is a pivot, and I would say maybe the market will still, if I look at a 4-hour chart, it will probably stick to this. This is probably an overshoot here, but I would say it will stick to this range, probably 0.2 to 0.4 roughly. But I would say that people who are too doom and gloom, too bearish, the institutions and the credit market, the treasuries market is actually a huge one. So we need to have a look at that. But I would say it's not that bearish. So does that mean on the SPX, now that earnings are behind us, the market will stabilize and maybe try and grind up? That's a possibility. Another thing I look at is the shifting from growth to value. Growth to value is definitely on a downward channel. We may actually see more defensive stocks, so definitely some recalibrating and that could be to the detriment of the Nasdaq again. So again, I would say that the upside potential in Nasdaq is low, and since we have a probably 98% correlation with SP, the SP 500 is probably going to keep to this downward channel. There was a bit of an excursion north there, but I would say now we are teasing with the upper boundary here, and bearish congestion to outright bearishness is possible, if not likely. Okay, so that's about it for now. There will not be a need for a weekly recap, as I said earlier, because I'm kind of in holiday mode. I've got a lot of issues to take care of, and considering that I've closed May early, good profit, I closed June early, good profit, and now I have basically parked my June trade. If we look at it now, as you can see, there's not much to say about the June trade. The June trade that was on Friday, parked, I can't lose. The upside is, the minimum profit is 330. If the market drops a little, it will do a little bit more. I'm not saying that I'm not going to add some capital back into it, but I'm going to take, sometimes when you trade every single cycle over the year, you must take advantage of times where, you've secured profit. May, June, and July is also safe. So there's probably nothing much to say about July. So I will open August. I could open, of course, many of you can try and look for opportunities to start August early, but I'm just going to take some time off, deal with some issues I've got to take care of, personal, family, etc., etc. But so I'm very happy to have parked my July trade, and I'll probably wait for another week or two. Just take it easy for 2 weeks and enter August shortly. Okay, that is it for now. So it's basically a 2-in-1 SPX outlook and also the parking of the July trade. Of course, if you're not on the Runners and Fly Slack, please join it, and we can just, time permitting, I will still assist you with your trades. You may of course not be in the same situation as I am with issues or willingness or need for a holiday. So if you want me to check out how your trades behave, I'd be happy to do so. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I'll still be around tomorrow to do my twice a day reports around 3 a.m. in the morning Eastern, and then after news time, so let's say generally between 8 and 9. And I will keep an eye on the markets no matter what, even though I'll be less present during the session. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.